Lightpanda is the headless browser everyone says blows Chrome out of the water on speed, but every test I've seen runs it on Wikipedia, basically a web page from 2001. I wanted the real answer. Can it drive a live production app the way I actually use it? Playwright for quality assurance. So I put it head to head with Chrome on my own test suite. And what I found completely changes when you'd reach for this thing. First thing we're going to do is install Lightpanda, and we're going to do it in the same folder as my Playwright folder. So I have to get to that folder. Now we're in the Lightpanda directory that I made. It's empty. We're going to enter this code, and you can just copy and paste it. And you just have to download the version for your computer. So mine's Arch 464. So it's going to take over an hour to download. To me, that's an instant fail. So whatever's going on with their server, it's already really in trouble. So here's the file. See if I can just download it. There we go. So that took like 1 second to download. So already whatever's going on with this, complete waste of time. So we're going to bypass that. That's already one knock against Lightpanda. I'm disappointed by that. And then what we're going to do is find that downloaded file. So here we're in Lightpanda, and we're going to drop this file in. To get rid of this. So this is a big inconvenience. Let's just move this to the trash. Go away. And so we've copied this file, and then we're going to try and fix this problem. We're back in terminal. So we're in the Lightpanda folder. We've downloaded that file, and we're just going to go back to the parent folder. And we're going to just activate Lightpanda. Sorry, I didn't copy it correctly. Here's the command. So this is the kind of thing that for me is already pretty severe red flag, that they make it a nightmare to unload it. Any tool that you have to do all of this copy and paste code to just activate, I hate. I'm getting the malware alert. Let's see if it deleted the file anyways. Sorry. Okay, it's still there. I'm going to try and fix that Gatekeeper because it knows it was downloaded from the internet. Yeah. So this is how you know this is a real test, because I think it's really important to show all the real stuff when I do these tests to show the nightmare. Yeah. So I have Claude Code in the other window trying to help me walk through this because it's so weird. And it's pretty consistently failing here. Try one more time. So it does have help grant. It doesn't tell you the version, which is kind of a red flag for me. So you have no idea what version or updated version you're running of Lightpanda. So we've hit 2 red flags so far. Let me check my notes. See if we're ready to run our prompt. Now that the first, everything's installed with Lightpanda, we're going to run our test using Chrome Headless Browser versus Lightpanda Headless Browser. I would just have to tell it to run its test. And this is a real Q&A test, which means it could take 20 or 30 minutes. But that's important because I actually need to run this for my software for a big push tomorrow. So that's what we're going to say. So I said, please run the entire Q&A test while using Playwright, CLI, the command line interface. It's just faster than the MCP. And the Chrome Headless Browser, do not fix anything, just make it document all things. Because normally what it will do is actually fix all the mistakes it finds during the quality assurance, and we're going to run it. So this is a new feature, and I think that's really important. I've seen other tests of Lightpanda, which are testing like how fast it can pull data from Wikipedia, which is theoretical and doesn't really interest me. So if you're interested in tests where you're actually testing things that are useful for your business and useful in real life, then please take a moment to subscribe to the channel. I'd really appreciate it, or throw me a thumbs up. Just let me know that you like what I'm creating. And we'll see how long this test run, and then we'll be back. Okay, our test is completed. 6 of 9 steps passed, 3 failed. We have some things to fix, critical bugs, and here's the things that do fix, and there's some test pollution, which is good. And we know what we need to fix, and we have a list of how long it will take to fix those things. What matters right here is how long the test took. So our baseline for this Q&A test right now is 12 minutes and 28 seconds. We want to see, is Lightpanda going to be able to complete the tests, which we don't know since I've never used it before, and we'll be able to do it in less than 12.5 minutes. Let's find out. So here's the prompt we have to use to run Lightpanda. One of the tricks about Lightpanda is that you have to spin it up as like a server. and then access it. You can access it via MCP, but I don't use the Playwright MCP because it's slower and uses more tokens. So as part of my efficiency, I always use the CLI. So I'm going to use the exact same process. So now I kind of have to tell it to spin up the server, connect via Playwright, this whole process, and then run everything. So one of the things that's kind of a big problem for me is one of my rules for testing a browser and running these QA tests is that it has to show a screenshot to prove each time it says that it passed the test. This is a way to force the AI to verify. So a big part of my process is I say, test it, take a screenshot, look at the screenshot to confirm the test is there. So then before I have to go back and manually repeat the QA myself or have someone on my team do the QA, I can simply look at the screenshots, and that gives me a lot of evidence that it's still broken or that I can actually test it myself. So the fact that Lightpanda doesn't generate screenshots is kind of a problem long-term for me, but if it's very fast and very efficient, I can start to run these tests in different ways. So it can become a useful tool, but since it doesn't generate pixels and there's no way to actually get further into the test, we're going to see, I'm pretty sure this is going to fail because Lightpanda is very, very, very limited. And I don't think you can actually test anything beyond Wikipedia, but we're about to find out. So we've started our process, and because we have to start up a server and do these extra steps, that's going to add 10, 20, 30 seconds of the process, but we'll come back when everything is done and see if it was able to find the same score 6 out of 9 and do it in 12 and a half minutes. All right, our report is done, and let's see how things worked. So step 0A is spinning up Lightpanda. Step 0B is connecting to it, and then all of our tests failed. And let's see what happened here. Now, the tests were kind of quick. The longest one was 15,000 milliseconds, but let's see what happened. The first 2 tests failed. Those don't really count. 9 failed. So we hit a couple limits. Let's see what it says. This is an important thing. The same script logic using real Chrome earlier got 6 of 9. Lightpanda got 0 of 9. We want to know why. And here's the problem. Lightpanda doesn't do the same thing. So there are some good stuff. Lightpanda is 30 times faster than Chrome. That's great. Starts up way faster. So it shows the benefit. Lightpanda is very fast. We're about to find out why it didn't work. So here's why every step failed. The sites react, convex. Lightpanda doesn't handle anything interactive. So it navigates HTML, the React tree never mounts to a state where the authorization form. So it can't even see the login page, right? So nothing else happens. It can't see the page, and part of it can't take screenshots. It's kind of connected. So even when you use step 6, which was our visit a specific page go to, it never fired because basically it got stuck. So the bottom line is the Lightpanda is unsuitable for QA in this product. Use it for static content scraping or simple workflows, not React SPA. So it's really only good for scraping Wikipedia. And now we know. So it's not ready for prime time. It's fast, but the reason it's fast is because it basically doesn't do anything. So it's not useful for my workflow. Maybe it's useful for yours. If you want to use it for one thing, which is scraping Wikipedia, it's great. For anything else, it's not ready for prime time. And it's very, 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 very far away from being useful. So that's Lightpanda. Fast, but fast because it barely does anything. Keep it for scraping static pages. Don't reach for it to test a real app. If you want tools tested on real work instead of Wikipedia benchmarks, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching one of my videos. Hit the like button, and then I've got a couple of sweet videos that I think you're going to like. I've got one here and another one over here. You're going to love them.